Simmons!
The day before spring 2022 classes, a group of faculty, staff, supporters, and news media flooded the nearly standing room only gallery of the school's administration and library building. The lineup of speakers both included local leaders as well as new faces to Simmons Nation in the form of NBCA state presidents, expressing support and commitment to creating pathways for prospective Simmons students.
But my heart defaulted to Simmons because of the people who make a difference at Simmons.
The climax of the event was the history-making announcement from the Dr. Samuel Tolbert, a $350,000 donation to purchase the cultural icon Old Central High School.
It was the first public school for black education in the state of Kentucky.
When you look at $350,000 in white dollars, this is $3.5 million. Because we are an HBCU, we bring money from the federal government every year. You're talking about the multiplier effect. In 5 years, almost $30 million that will continue to pour into our community in perpetuity.
Cosby went on to thank others who have contributed substantial investments.
Foundations for our political leaders who saw the value of Simmons College.
The list reads like a who's who of educational philanthropy, but noticeably missing from the group of supporters for the city of Louisville's only HBCU is the city of Louisville. It couldn't be that they don't know, says Cosby.
And I was so excited, and I told some of the people who are leaders in our community, Simmons is an HBCU now. They said, good, what's an HBCU?
Dr. Cosby replied. So since 2015, he has been about the business of using eye-catching multimedia to reintroduce Simmons to the city. His campaign also consisted of larger initiatives, including the 3-year in-scope Angela Project, the ADOS Partnership, and the Kerner Commission 2.0.
And on today, the 53rd anniversary, I'm offering my support to the work of the Kerner Commission 2.0.
You're looking at the historic campus.
One of the most viewed videos to date features Louisville's Mayor Greg Fisher,
a member of the fraternity of HBCUs across the country with an amazing record of success. HBCUs produce 70% of all African American dentists and doctors, 50% of our nation's African American teachers, and 80% of all African American judges graduated from an HBCU. And one thing I know for certain, our great city of Louisville will not reach her full potential without a great HBCU. We need Simmons to flourish.
Another story actually predates the school's HBCU status, when the then newly chosen president had nothing more than a vision. A vision, however, that proved to be more than enough for David Jones Sr. to invest $1 million.
I'm Jackie Ballmore, Vice President of the UMA and John Ball Foundation. Although we're located in Texas, over the last 4 years, we've made grants that exceed $500,000 to Simmons College.
One is left wondering why the research done by other benefactors resulted in substantial monetary investments to the Black-owned, Black-operated institution, while the city of Louisville has yet to realize the return on investment of this hidden gem. The good news is that the city of Louisville has an upcoming test to make positive national news, specifically initiatives of commitment to social justice. Yes, social justice.
We Americans everywhere must and shall choose the path of social justice, a commitment to eliminating systemic and structural racism in our city and our country, to create a future that doesn't repeat the mistakes of the past.
A shining example that could rectify centuries of economic injustice.
This building here, the Central High School building, was built with enslaved people in mind. Think about this. 1873, it's the first building of public education in the history of the state of Kentucky. The first. The next block is the birthplace of higher education for blacks, and that's Simmons College, Kentucky. So think about this. That means that there has not been any construction on our campus since the slaves. since the slaves. It's time for new construction.
Amen.
And if we want these kids to come to our city, then our city has an opportunity.
I must confess, my friends.
Among his many immortal quotes, Dr. Martin Luther King once said, "We must walk on in the days ahead with an audacious faith in the future."
There will be inevitable setbacks here and there, difficult and painful as it is. We must walk on in the days ahead with an audacious faith in the future.
That resonates with me first because we know the accumulation of injustices over centuries presents an immense barrier for so many people in our community.
So in order to tell the truth, it is necessary to move on and say, not only we've come a long, long way, but we have a long, long way to go.
But Dr. King's words also remind us that change is only possible if we believe it to be so.
I still have faith in America, that even though we have some more difficult days before the problem of racial injustice is solved.
Louisville Metro government has faith in change, and while the work of overcoming generational injustices to create a city of racial equity and justice is daunting, we are fully committed to doing the work.
We are mobilizing. We have a coalition of conscience, and a grand alliance now that will bring an end to the injustices that have been with us for so long.
Our commitment to equity and inclusion has been a guiding principle throughout our work.
And I still believe that somehow this problem can and will be solved.
We can address these challenges. We will continue to address these challenges in the spirit of Dr. King's lifetime of good deeds and words with the audacious faith in the future.
With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. Thank you.